again, all you YouTube fans and all you non-YouTube fans and all you die-hard creepy doll man fans from around the world. Well, I have a special treat for you today for this Valentine's Day. A Valentine's Day special. Just for all you fans out there. Today's episode is called Why the Real Creepy Doll Man is Very Obsessed with the Real Annabelle. It will be a 3-part mini-series. Will be broken down to 3 parts. It is February the 14th of 2018. Time is now 12:17 a.m. Now, before I leave you, I will let you know that he will tell from here from out. Now, before I leave you, part 1 begins now. Somewhere in love lies madness. Sometimes madness lies in session. But you know, that's just how it is. And today, you know, people don't really realize that in this godforsaken world, people are obsessed with everything. Between booze, you know, money, sex, or even other things they're obsessed with. But there's a lot of other things people are obsessed with besides that. And everybody's world is either obsessed with one thing or they're obsessed with several things. It's godforsaken green world. But you know, people do that. They're always obsessed with something. If it's not a person, it's a thing or anything. But I can tell you what the creepy doll man is very obsessed with. And there's only one thing he's obsessed with. And that's the real Annabelle doll that sits in the Cult Museum in the Warner's home. Now, I've been hearing tales about this doll. I heard about the movie. Never ever been to the real museum. It sits in Monroe, Connecticut. And the creepy doll man says this: if I had the money, I would go there. And if I can ask maybe Lorraine Warner or Tony Sparrow to get close to taking a picture close next to the doll in the display case without touching it. I mean, getting close to, almost close with my elbow on it, but being in the shot, I would like to pose with the real Annabelle. I'm very obsessed with that doll. I did, heard about the movie, never saw the movie. I heard that she appeared in The Conjuring. I believe somebody told me, but I'm not for sure. I forgot who told me that. It's been years ago. And I think she was at the beginning of the credits. And I'm not for sure if they kept telling her through the whole movie, the original Conjuring movie or not. But then they came out with Annabelle. Now, everything in Annabelle in the movie is actually fabricated. I mean, some of the stories are all made up. And the real story is more interesting. And, the doll in the movie is more creepy looking. The child told that from the early days of the 1960s to the 1970s Knickerbocker version, which is a Raggedy Ann, is not that scary. But, there is a dark twist and a dark tale to go behind this ordeal. And it's very juicy. The creepy doll man did a lot of research on it. He found out a young nurse, and she was, I don't know if she was in nurse's aid or what. She was a young nurse. She was only 28 years old. I'm not for sure she was in college, but her mother bought her a gift, and I forgot what they said they bought this gift at. She bought her the gift at, and she decided to present it with her by giving it to her for her birthday. I mean, present it as a present. And, from what they said, they gave her a name and, joke about it. They called her Annabelle, and they gave the doll actually a little bracelet. And it's made, I don't know if it's gold or silver. But, there's pictures that shows it on Google. And I looked up the Google pictures, and they're very interesting. It's a pretty big doll. It's about 36 inches, maybe 42 inches in height. Nearly about 3 feet. The 3 foot, maybe about 3 feet and 4 inches, but That's how it is, and it's pretty tall. Now, there's some juicy rumors of what's going on with the doll. I did a lot more research and dig a little bit more. I found that one of the pastors had an accident. And, you know, it's either pastor or he was a priest, I think they said. I think it was a priest. He had an accident trying to deliver the doll and to, you know, try to dispose of the doll, but had an accident. And the Warners, when they got it from this young woman who had it, which was a nurse's aide, Lorraine's husband, Ed, didn't want to take the highway, so he decided to take what he took was not the highway, he took the scenic route home, the long way home. And what happened is he saw the reflection of the doll in the mirror of the rear view mirror. My bad is what I said. Rear view mirror of the face of the image of the doll. So what he did, he reached in the back and he grabbed out a bag, and then what he did, took out of the bag was a thing of holy water and doused the doll to calm it down. And the doll was, you know, had a lot of stories behind it. Very dark and very juicy. The next ordeal, a young man decided to challenge the doll, and he's a motorcyclist. And so what he does, he's foolishly challenged the doll. He said, that dog can do anything bad, then have it do something to me. And what happened was this young man died in a motorcycle accident after that. And there's some more dark tales to go with this doll. So that's why the real creepy doll man is very obsessed with the doll. I love to get my hands on the doll, you know. But that's how people say that it's not a fairy tale. It's actually based upon the truth. People, if you do believe in, God exists, then there's a devil as well. And there's angels and demons. Now demons can present themselves any form they want to be. They can appear into a demonic ghost form. Or they can be whatever they want. They can take physical form, take human appearance. They can be a little girl, boy, whatever they want to be. Somebody that you care for, and you can let them in. And that's about what I had to say. I guess that people like to know, what are the chances of ever finding a real Annabelle today, meaning a demonic spirit attached to either a rag doll, vinyl doll, rubber doll, or even, silicone, made of silicone, or even porcelain? What are the chances to find a spirit calling itself Annabelle? It remains a very big mystery. And will any fool, doesn't matter if it's a male or female, challenge that spirit? And, maybe get it, completely pissed off that it would probably, get too much negative energy that could probably maybe attack, possess, or even kill that person. Nobody truly knows. And will that really happen or not? Absolutely, it could. But for the creepy doll man's standards, nothing's for real until you make it real. When you make it real, that actually becomes, no longer a fantasy. It comes like, reality. When that happens, reality sets in, and things happen, good or bad. Things happen for a reason. And when that happens, you better believe that it can happen to anyone. So when you challenge a spirit, especially a demonic one, you're going to pay the ultimate price. And I say never, ever play with a Ouija board. If you got any brains in there, you got some common sense, not to challenge by bringing them in your house, you already open the door when you play with the Ouija board. They don't have to actually come in your home by opening the door. You can open the doorway by just playing with the Ouija board. You open the gate that brings in these things, these demonic forces that you do not understand. And then when you get them in your home, how do you get rid of them? And do you have to call a priest or have the house blessed? That is the total decision that you had to make. And that's the madness of the session. Now, when you're obsessed with an item, Is it worth it? Absolutely, it's not worth it, I'll say. Another thing you don't want to play with is actually you don't want to play with tarot cards. It's another way you can bring in demonic spirits. Anything can bring in demonic spirits, also psychic reading and whatever you can think of. Even drawing a pentagram could bring them in, who knows? Or even playing a record backwards. No one knows that for sure. But the creepy doll man knows one thing, that when you play with, the forces of evil, you're playing with fire. So you're going to get burned every time, not just once. You can be burned several times before reality sets in. And my fans out there got to know that if you don't know who I am, well, you'll know who I am soon. And that's how it is. When everything goes, that's a chance you got to take. So that's why the real creepy doll man is very obsessed with the real Annabelle to this very day. That I got into this business because of, wanting a haunted or possessed item. I had to play a gamble with it. And instead of getting what I want, I ended with one already her name was Cheyenne. But then what is the dumb luck that a creepy doll man would have an Annabelle in his set? That would, be hard to say. Would it be haunted or would it be possessed? No one truly knows. Watch for part 2 coming next.